following show is a paid program.
Hey family, what's up? I'm so glad you came today. This is Black Music 360. On Monday, we had Yarbrough and Peoples. Yesterday, Andre Savelle. Today, we have Mary Griffin. Tomorrow, Teresa Grayson. And closing out will be Lloyd Hughes. But on today, Mary Griffin, my friend, Grammy-nominated international recording artist, singer, and songwriter, Mary Griffin, and my friend. Hey, lady, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
Oh, my God. I will tell everybody, every time I ask Mary to come on to be anywhere, she's always there. Shout out to her lover. Shout out to Robert. What's up, guy? Just wanted to say hi to him. Lady, you wanted to start off first and sing to the people. Everybody loves your singing. If I have not heard that every day, Cam, she's got to sing one thing.
Well, I am ready to sing for our listeners out here today. So you want to start, honey?
Let's start. Let's get it.
Let's get it. The song that I'm going to start with today is from the legendary, iconic Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. Her sister Kara wrote this song before she transitioned. And I'd like to start off with that one.
Absolutely.
Gotta find me an angel to fly away with me. Gotta find me an angel who will set me free. My heart's without a home. I don't wanna be alone. Gotta find me an angel, yes I do. In my life, oh yes, oh, in my life, oh, too long have I loved, so I wanna taste with so much that I know, so much that I know, that I need someone so. Still I just go on. I find someone, gotta find me an angel, yeah. In my life, in my life, oh. Right now we're fighting for our future, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you to hold on. No matter what they're saying to you, no matter how hard it gets, hang in there. Hang in there and don't go nowhere. God got our backs. And we're going to fight on. And we're going to stand up and we're going to make it through this hard time. Oh, because people, we got an angel. We got an angel to help us through. Yeah. I know there must be an angel out there for me. 'Cause I'm still too high. Oh, I'm living too long. Without the love of someone. And there is no misery. Oh, and the love I see, gotta find me in my life. Oh yeah. God ain't gonna let us down, no we won't. Hang on in there, don't get depressed, honey. God's right there for you to see. And stay in there, fight on anyway. We got an angel. We got an angel.
Woo! Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, lady. Ooh! You know, I was dancing over here. I'm about to cut a rug.
That's what we're supposed to do, baby.
You know we
Through the good and the bad.
There you go. Through the good and the bad. I appreciate.
That's
oh
right.
My God, everybody! Thank you, thank you, thank you for that, lady. Woo! Get your drink and now look. Now we start. There you go.
Now we can get started.
Now we can get started. How did we get here, lady? How did we get here?
Wow. There are so many different things.
Yeah.
So many different factions that work here, baby.
Oh, how did we get here? Woo.
But how are we going to get over?
There you go.
That's the question.
Now that's the question. People don't know your dad was a preacher.
Yes, my father was a preacher.
Yes.
I had a great mother who was the lady and queen of the house that lives with me now. So that you know what? I remember back when the old folks used to say our children
yes
are going to be our Social Security.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And now we're looking at children putting their mothers and fathers in nursing homes. Some of us, we don't have a choice.
Yes. Okay.
Some of us don't have a choice, but when God give us a choice, we should embrace that choice.
Right.
You know, because our parents are our future, because they are helping us with our children. Right. When they're with us. Yes. And they're helping them with the values that we grew up with. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I see a lot of people crying and saying, Corona done murdered my mother and my father. I was just telling my mama that last night. I said, murdered? Murdered? Mm-hmm. I said, let me tell y'all something. The one thing that we've got to do is take care of our immune systems. Mm-hmm. We've got to eat right. Mm-hmm. And my mama get tired of me with that because I be fussing every day. You can't have that sugar. You can't have this, you can't have that, because I'm not gonna let you take all these drugs that this big pharma wants y'all to take and these doctors are pushing. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. You're gonna eat this food that we're cooking in here. I'm gonna cook every single day. Yes. To keep her healthy. Yes. Mm-hmm. So we've gotten here based on the values and moral systems
Yeah.
that we were foundationally taught.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Good, bad, and indifferent.
Mm.
That's how we got here.
Yeah. 30 plus years
Now
in
we're
the
gonna get over.
industry, music industry. Woo! 30 plus years.
30 plus years in this industry. You know, I told some of the younger kids, I've got a school that a friend of mine, Keegis, who used to be manager and CEO at Grooves.
Yes.
And he was the one that brought me in with the NBA players to open that place and work there for those 2 years.
Right.
And now we're starting a school.
Yes.
And it's Mary Griffin Performing Arts School of Rising Stars.
Ooh,
here in
I love
Houston,
that.
Texas.
Yeah.
You know, and it's over in the Heights. And you know,
Yes.
we were supposed to be opening in June, and because of the pandemic,
Yeah.
I call it a pandemic. I'm one of those people that everything has been put on the back burner. But see, God got a plan in the midst of all of these
Oh,
other
yeah.
plans.
He does. That's
And
true.
that I understand. All we got to do is watch and wait.
Yes.
So with this school, I'm going to be teaching children around the world how to rise up in this industry.
Yes.
But do it in an artist development kind of way. We're going to start from 2 and 3 and 4-year-olds. We also have an international studio, a dance studio that my friend owns. She's from the Ukraine.
Yes.
And she's going to be there with her international dance school.
Yes.
We're going to have a recording side of this. We're going to have a performing art side where we have a stage in there, lighting, everything. We're going to teach these children from 2 years of age how to play cello, piano, horns, voice lessons.
Wow.
And I'm going to use all of the people and utilize all of the people who I know that are actually performing in the business.
Yes.
To help facilitate their rising in this business.
Yes. Yes, yes.
So all of the development that happens with Simon Cowell and some of these people who do the voice and all of that, we're going to do that before they ever see any of these shows.
Yes.
And my kids will be able to bypass that servitude slavery of having to go on there and sign away 60% of their earnings for the next 5 to 10 years to someone who developed them. They will already be developed, so we can start recording them. We can teach them the business side of this whole thing, because nobody taught me. I had to go through the school of hard knocks.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I didn't even know that walking away from a record deal with Curb Records in 2002 to go sing backup for Patti LaBelle when she called and asked me to do it. I didn't know that 13 years later I would still be singing with Patti LaBelle. You know, I thought I could leave at any time and go pick up my career again. See, that's the the ignorance of not understanding the time. And the business of music. So I can teach them after doing the soundtracks on different movies like Ballistic X versus Sever, having the end credit song. Well, I was signed up with SAG-AFTRA because my song is being rotated, and those credits, because it is a movie,
right,
and you're supposed to be getting paid as a performing artist,
right?
But the record label doesn't tell you need to be signed with a union to get your money.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have proper management. Okay. So people can sign you up and put you under their stuff and they're getting your money.
Right.
So I'm going to teach these kids all of that. I went through it so they don't have to go through it.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't teach. They don't go back and teach kids. I'm getting an honorary doctorate this Sunday. Sunday, I'm getting a doctorate in humanities.
Yes.
In Manchester, Georgia. So gonna fly. I'm actually gonna be able to put on my doctorate cap and gown and walk across the floor and get my.
Yes, yes, yes,
And so
yes,
I
yes.
tell people, never give up.
There you go.
Never give in.
So we'll have to say Dr. Mary Griffin. Doctor.
If you want to, I'm still Mary Griffin. If you want to, that's one more accolade that I can go around the world and work with in all of these different places that we need people's faces and their spirits to help raise money.
Yes.
I did a project with a friend of mine over in Amsterdam. His name is Stephen Emmer, and it was called Home Ground. And this is a prime example of not going into a situation for money, okay?
Yes.
You go into a situation for the mission.
Yes.
And it's a compilation record that I ended up on with Dwight Tribble, Ursula Rucker, Patty Austin, Shaka Khan. It's a worldwide record, and it's called Home Ground, that speaks about humanity.
Yes.
And we raised that money for all of the children who are being affected by war.
Wow. Wow.
And that means that we gave our music. And I ended up recording 3 of the songs that appeared. And I was the first person that he used or utilized from the beginning when he said God gave him, or the Spirit gave him this project to do.
Right.
It ended up going all the way around the world. I've got people from Ghana, South Africa. I've got people all over the world, in London and Australia, Austria, that hit me up in my inbox and like, these songs, out here I'm on again. There's no place to go. Where are you? Do you know? I mean, he's a film director. I mean, a film recorder, and he does all of the film music for a lot of the big daytime shows and a lot of the orchestra music. He's an orchestra director. And for me to go over there and do that music with him took me back to my classical music and opera training that I did at Grambling State University, HBCU. And for 17 years, I worked with Grambling State University raising money as an ambassador for the liberal arts department. That's how I got a full scholarship to go to school.
Right.
And I kept working with them after school.
So what we're going to do, Mary, right now, we're going to take a break, and we want to hear more about you. We'll be right back.
Right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. For a limited time, get $16,000 off all in-stock Cadillac 2019 XT5 crossovers and $19,000 off all in-stock 2019 CT6 sedans. Or experience the first ever 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury Collection. Only $519 with $1 down for 39 months lease. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. Drive the new 2020 Cadillac XT4, only $399 a month, or the new 2020 XT5, only $429 a month, both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase the XT4 or XT5 and enjoy 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Our story begins more than 60 years ago inside an abandoned chicken coop where our founder discovered a retired teacher living. No home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion that inspired AARP. Today, we empower people to choose how they live as they age. We advocate for health and financial security. We strengthen communities everywhere. We are AARP, creating real possibilities.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey family, thank you so much for coming back. Mary Griffin, Grammy nominated international recording artist, Haiti lady. Some shout outs. Let me tell you, these are some of the people that have been hitting me up all day. They're right here. They're talking right now. First of all, you know our friend Oscar McGar. Hey Oscar, how you doing? Ooh, I know, Oscar. That's our buddy, man.
Yes, he is. He's that person that goes and supports everyone, and then he knows how to push us as well out there in front of people. So that's beautiful. He's a connector. He's a connector.
He is a connector. I'm going to do some shout outs. I'll tell you their names. Andre Savelle, of course, our buddy.
Hi, Andre.
Sweets Idleberg. I know. He said he got all your albums.
Oh, he's one of my favorite people too, because he understands this business.
He does. He does. Sharika Hunt. Hey, Sharika, how you doing? That's my friend for real. She said, sing, Mary, sing.
I love you, Sharika.
Jerry Dale Moore, Alva Thomas, attorney Alva Thomas.
Oh, hey, Alva.
She's so sweet. Sweets Idleberg. You know Sweets?
My baby, that's my friend, honey. We do the blues stuff together. She got all the blues on. You got to be round and round.
And Tawana Rose, she and her husband in the ministry.
Yes, Lord. How you doing, sweetie? Y'all, thank you for your prayers.
Oh, my God. And so many others. We got cousins on here. Skylar Ford, Don Paul, Chandra, where? Oh my God, it's so many. Oh. Man, everybody is just, oh man, they keep saying, what's up to you, lady? What's going on?
I
30 years. 30 years. Yep. One of the main questions they're asking right now is, how did you and Patti LaBelle hook up?
Patti called me based on a friend of hers. His name is Sammy McKinney. Sammy was a writer and producer who produced songs with Anita Baker and a lot of our great, legendary, iconic singers. And he was her best friend. Yeah. Sammy heard a song that I recorded for my record that ended up on Celine Dion's 2001 record. I did a song called I Surrender with Louis Biancacello and Sam Waters that was supposed to be on my record. And they let Celine hear it while her and Renee were getting ready for her comeback record. And they helped. And when they held the record, it broke my heart because I did not know that it was being held. That was one of the reasons why when Patti LaBelle called me, I said yes. Yeah. Because I felt like the record label was not, they didn't have my back. So I was recording all these songs, but they were allowing producers to take those songs and give them to people like Jessica Simpson, to give them to people like Kelly Clarkson, to give them to people like Celine Dion. And my biggest hit was going to be I Surrender. And I surrender everything. So she actually did everything that I did on the record. But my label came behind it, and they still released it. But it made it seem as if I was covering her instead of her covering me. So what Sammy did is Sammy was like, Patti had just gotten rid of her whole band with Bud Ellison and everybody. They had been together for 27 years. And she decided to change her band, everything, everything. And she was out on the road and she wasn't getting what she felt like she needed to push her. And she talked to Sammy. And at the time, Sammy was sick in Cedars-Sinai Hospital. And Sammy said, remember that girl I let you hear the song that recorded the song that Celine Dion recorded 2 years ago? And she said, yeah, that girl with the high voice. He said, what do you think? I know she signed to a label, but I'm going to see, can I find her?
Yeah.
And my record went through 5 people's hands. 5 people. One of them was at SAG-AFTRA. He was a lawyer for SAG-AFTRA. One was my friend Robert Dookie, who's an actor out of New Orleans. Another was one of her godchildren's grandfather, who did a lot of promoting and work in Vegas.
Yeah.
And then it went to Sammy. And so Sammy got it, gave it to her. And while he was in Cedars-Sinai, he called me. I could hear the stuff in the background, deep, and he was talking to me. I never heard of him before. I'd never talked to him in my life.
Right.
But he went through whatever he had to do to find me for her.
Wow.
So I get a call from Patty. I'm making gumbo in Louisiana, down in Grand Louisiana, my kids, family. And I get a call from him, and I'm listening to him talk. And you know, you get calls from people all the time when you're in this industry. But he said, I've got a friend, her name's Patti LaBelle, and she needs a singer like you. And I'm like, child, I got my own record deal. Why would I go sing backup? Not saying that to him, but that's what I'm thinking. And I'd never sang backup before in my life. I've always been the artist that was out front because I cultivated and made the artist I wanted to be for years.
Yes.
And so he said, I'm going to have her to call you. And is that okay? And I was like, you know, thinking, okay, this is a prank. I don't believe this.
Right.
I said, okay. So lo and behold, before Patty went on stage in Atlanta, Georgia, while she was on that tour in 2002, she called. And she said, hello, this is Patty.
And you think like,
you sing me something? And I'm like cooking gumbo, looking at this phone like, really? Over the phone? And this person said that they're Patti LaBelle? And so I was like, yeah, I can sing something. And so she said, just sing anything. It doesn't matter because I'm getting ready for my concert tonight. And I just need to know if you will work because I'm coming to Houston, Texas. And at the time I was living in Grambling, not Houston. See how God works? And she said, I'm coming to Houston, Texas. I'm going to Houston, Texas after Atlanta. And my next gig, I want to be able to tell my tour manager that I've got another singer because I have got to get somebody that can put their foot in my back. And I'm like, okay. So she said, well, what are you going to sing? And the Lord just said, sing a gospel song. Now, when I said, okay, so I just said, I don't know about tomorrow. I just live from day to day. She said, yeah, okay. Get to the high part.
Ooh.
And so I had to go from that to, and I know who holds the future. She said, you hired. I said, hired? I said, oh, wait a minute now. What you talking about? She said, I'm going to tell my tour managers that you're going to come on the road. I said, I ain't said I'm going to do nothing yet. But you hold on. But you know, I got know how much money you talking about. Number one. Number two, I had a record that I was supposed to be pushing.
Yeah.
That next month.
Right.
Called Purified.
Yeah.
I've been working on this record for 8 years. Who works on a record for 8 years? Okay.
And you're on the label. You're on the label at this time.
I'm on the label as a major artist. I've got records. I've been in movies. I've been on Studio 54. I done recorded with Casey from the Sunshine Band. I done recorded with Frankie Valli, Billy Mardonis, I have recorded with Scott and Aiken over in Europe. I'm like, what you mean backup? And so at the time I'd sit down and at the time I was married to a man in Grambling who is now the president of Grambling State University, and he said, "Well, it ain't like you're going to sing backup for Jessica Simpson."
Uh-oh.
And I thought about that, and I was like, okay, he obviously doesn't understand what I'm saying, so I'm not even going to fight this fight. So I prayed about it, and I was very upset because they didn't have my back. I was on a country label, one of the biggest country labels in the world, Curb Records. Mm-hmm. And I thought, you know, at some point, are they going to let me get on the stage with the Toni Braxtons and the, you know, the Brandys? Because at the time, these were the hottest R&B artists, you know, out there.
Right.
And I was like, they don't have a department for this. They don't have an A&R team or a department that push in R&B. And I have signed with a company that really doesn't know what to do with me. And he did everything. Cali Ugly, I'm on the soundtrack for that. But you know, the best thing about all of that is that these soundtracks and all of these things that I did, Conspiracy Theory, singing with Frankie Valli, his song, You're Just Too Good to Be True, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. I'm doing a duet with him in Neil Diamond's studio. Barry Manilow and Gary Keefe at Stiletto Management were managing me at this point. Well, right before I met Patty, they were managing me. And when she asked me to do it, I thought it was just going to be for this 6 weeks or 6 months of touring.
Right.
And I did it from June to December. From June 2nd at the Greek Theater was my first show. And she made me sing on the first show. I didn't even get to sound check. When she met me the day of the show, she took me to go see Sammy and to meet him face to face. I had never seen him before.
Right.
So that lets me know that God works out things for a reason.
Yes. Yes.
I ended up being on all of these stages with all of these people that I was, you know, thinking why I can't be there, why I can't do this. Right. I ended up doing everything that I wanted to do, but I could see it from standing behind her. Right. Right. And God allowed me to see that ain't what you want. A lot of times what you want in your hand.
Yeah. What we
get it
for.
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so God allowed me to see that things weren't, let me get that close to it. Yes. And to all the people I've seen all my life in this business, in order to make a decision, I really don't want that. Not that. I don't want it that way. Right. Not the way that they're doing it. Because I would never sell my soul for this. And I'm not saying that these people did, but I would have to. Right. If I chose it. Right. Because I knew that I wasn't that. You know, I was going to take it to the line, but I wasn't going to go over the line. If you know what I mean. Right. And I can be managed, but I can't be micromanaged. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the
God
business
allowed
of
me
it.
to be managed.
And that's the business of it.
God allowed me to be managed by Barry Manilow, and they kept it clean. They kept it big. They kept me in the light at the Beverly Hills Hotel or the Peninsula Hotel with some of the biggest actors and producers and movie people in the world. And I was sitting there. I walked the Chinese theater red carpet. I did all of that. And while doing it, I'm like looking at them and I'm like, is this really what you want? Is this how you want to get it? Yeah. Yeah. And what kept me from making a lot of those decisions is having a son. that I had to take care of and be the only parent. I was a single parent doing this. Singing in clubs, getting signed, traveling around the world. I was a single parent. Nobody, I didn't have that man to be a man for my son at home. My daddy transitioned when my son was 8 years of age. So I didn't even think about it till he got older, that he lost his only father too. When I lost my father.
Right.
And it affected him deeply. And when you're 18 and you're in college and you have you have a child that you got to take care of. And I refused to get on welfare because I didn't want to tell these folks all my business. The first time I went to the welfare office, they asked me when was the last time that you had sex. And I was like, what? Excuse me? What that got to do with getting some assistance?
Right.
And I you know what? I got my purse with a little baby sitting out there with my mother. Yeah. There at the welfare office. I got my purse. I said, ma'am, I will not do this. Yeah. So I can feed me and my baby. I won't do this. And I got up and I made a decision. I'm going to sing and hustle and make this money to keep a roof over our head. I'm going to keep going to college. And I'm not going to let these people demean me and make me feel like nothing in order to get this little money. And so what I did is I got up and I told my mama, we leaving. We got the baby, put that baby in a car seat, and I started hustling in these clubs. The first person I went to was Uncle John, and he had a club, and I said, can I sing in here? He said, no, you ain't old enough, and your daddy will kill us if you singing in this club. He said, you ain't even old enough to be in here. You ain't old enough to drink. And I said, I won't touch it. I won't touch nothing. If you just give me $150 to come in here and do, 30 minutes to an hour. Right. He said, oh, you gonna make your own gig? I said, yeah. And I started singing and got other people to play with me because they just wanted to play. And so I got to play and had a combo section. I give them the 100, I took the 50. That $50 was enough to get me to the next thing I needed to do. Right. It's called investing in yourself. Right. Okay. So that's how I did it. Single mother, no child support, no social, what do they call it? No social assistance, just purely going to school, broke down cars. I even had a car that the hood came off in Ruston when I was going down the hill between Grambling and Tech. The hood came completely off the car. I'm thankful to God that it didn't take the head off of somebody that was driving behind me. But we just went straight to the junkyard. And then look, it was a white man behind me. The man said, he got me put over to the side. He said, what we're going to do is we're going to put the hood on here with a clothes hanger. Because I always had clothes in the back seat because I almost lived in my car. We're going to put this clothes hanger on it and we're going to go over here to the junkyard. Do you know that white man bought me the hood to put on that Nova? And so all you got to do is get it paid. He didn't know me.
He didn't know you.
Didn't know me. And that's what I'm talking about. How we have got to understand it ain't about color. Right. It's about the heart. God only wants our heart.
There you go.
That's it.
What we're going to do, we're going to take a break real quick, and we'll be right back. We're going to come back and talk to Mary Griffin.
We'll be right back to the Cam Hill Show after these messages.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. Drive the new 2020 Cadillac XT4, only $399 a month, or the new 2020 XT5, only $429 $149 a month, both for 39 months lease with just $1 down. Or purchase the XT4 or XT5 and enjoy 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Our story begins more than 60 years ago inside an abandoned chicken coop where our founder discovered a retired teacher living. No home, no health care. So she said no to this injustice and yes to transforming lives. It's this drive, this compassion that inspired AARP. Today we empower people to choose how they live as they age. We advocate for health and financial security. We strengthen communities everywhere. We are AARP, creating real possibilities.
Houston's only Cadillac to your door dealer, Ron Carter Cadillac, delivers test drives to your home or office. For a limited time, get $16,000 off all in-stock Cadillac 2019 XT5 crossovers and $19,000 off all in-stock 2019 CT6 sedans. Or experience the first ever 2020 Cadillac XT6 Premium Luxury Collection, only $519 with $1 down for 39 months lease. Or purchase and receive 0.9% APR for 72 months with no payments until November. RonCarterCadillac.com.
And now back to the Cam Hill Show.
Hey family, we're back. We're talking to Mary Griffin. Hey lady, how you doing? I should say Dr. Mary Griffin.
Sunday.
There you go.
10:30 a.m. in Manchester, Georgia.
Sounds good. Let's talk to people. We've got 15 minutes to go, so let's tell them, what would you like to leave with people, Mary?
I just finished with some younger people here in Houston, Texas, some artists that are here.
Yes.
And we just did a song called Freedom. I want you all to go and let freedom ring.
Yes. Go
and download that song. It is a song written and produced. It's on iTunes, it's on Spotify, it's on CD Baby, it's on Amazon as well. But go and stream this song because it's information.
Yes.
As well as a nice hip hop version.
Yeah.
Think about it. I'm singing hip hop with the younger version. Vincent Howell is a producer and writer on it, and he's one of my. He called me mama. So all the young people here call me mama. Now you know you done got old when they call you mama. I ain't trying to be old, but I let that's a term of endearment. So I'll allow them to.
It is.
And he is actually going to be one of the teachers. He was on American Idol.
Yes.
And he's going to be one of the teachers of voice and performance that I'm teaching him. And so he's going to teach what he's learned, working with me, but also what I'm learning working with him.
Yes. Yes, yes.
And that's what it takes.
Yes.
We reach back, pay it forward.
Yes.
And keep working to never die.
Exactly.
Your gift will never die.
Yeah.
As long as you keep spreading the gift.
Yes. Yes, yes. The business of
So
it.
let freedom ring.
Let freedom ring. Download that one. The business side of it. What advice would you give, people that are trying to go from local to mainstream? Many of them are local here. We have a lot of local talent, but they're really wanting to go mainstream.
The first thing they need to understand is business.
Yes.
So if you want to go mainstream, what you do is you stay on top of today, this whole Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, your website. Mm-hmm. Make sure that you are saturated around the world. I use TuneCore.com, and they are distributors as well as they connect with my union, which is BMI, and I've connected all of those. CSAC for overseas, Sound Exchange for getting my royalties. They need to understand that if you're working on a local and only local platform, to get yourself saturated around the world.
Yes.
And in order to do it, we've got the best tools in the world, what we're doing right here, Cam.
Yes.
Our internet.
Yes.
Our social media. Connect all of your followers to everything that you've done. And so what I do is I connect them to my past as well as my present. I put
Yes.
up the stuff that I did with Curb Records,
Mm-hmm.
and then I bring them forward to what I'm doing today.
Mm-hmm.
Stay on top of your royalties,
Mm-hmm.
BMI, ASCAP. Your writing, when you go in the studio, get your spreadsheet. Make sure you know your percentages. Make sure that right then you put that song in,
Yes.
and don't leave
Mm-hmm.
without a recording. Get your
Yes.
get your little thumb drive. Make sure that you leave there with something. Go straight in and put your stuff in
Yes.
to BMI or ASCAP. Put
Mm-hmm.
the IP number. Make sure you got a number.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, start promoting yourself. Like
Yes.
we're doing now. We're building our audiences.
Yes.
People got so much to choose from
Yes.
these days. So what you have to do in order to make yourself relevant
Mm-hmm.
is do those things that will make you relevant 20 years from now,
Yes.
not just for now.
You're right. Right.
I always recorded music that was going to be life music,
Yes.
not today.
Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. Yes. Those are great things to know. Definitely. 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 Those were great. The other things I want to make mention of with Mary, she just mentioned that she's going to be a doctor on Sunday. And some people wanted to know a little bit about her. She's from Monroe, Louisiana. She's a CEO of Mahogany Entertainment. And she, of course, as we all know, has toured with the legendary Patti LaBelle. She is a singer and songwriter. And I have known Mary probably almost as long as I've been in Houston. But she, man, every time I call Mary, she's one of the people that has always said, Cam, I'm going to do it. Whatever you need, give me a call. Oscar McGar, I was introduced by her through him. Thank God for him and a lot of other people. He's such a marketing guru and a network as well as a connector. We call him the connector. Houston's connector. Love my friend. I love my friend. I tell you that. She is from Grambling University. I wanted to do a shout out to Grambling. She said to make sure to shout them out. And also the fact that she knows exactly how to take you from local to mainstream. And that's why I so love her with her new school. She will take children from 2 all the way up because she not only for 30 plus years has done the business side, she has done the actual music. So I say to her, thank you, Mary, for everything that you have done and everything that you are doing. Shout out to my buddy Robert, who is her husband. Shout out to both of them. Again, she is CEO of Mahogany Entertainment. We're going to put down at the information of mine, my website and my YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, The Cam Hill Show, so follow that. You'll see all the programming that I have. And also Facebook. I have on my personal Facebook page, The Cam Hill, and I have a Facebook page, The Cam Hill Show. So we will leave all of those things down there of what she's doing and everything that she has been doing. And that's it for us, it looks like. Shout back. On tomorrow, I will have Teresa Grayson, and the next day, I will have Lloyd Hughes. This is called Black Music 360. Thank you. Have a great one. Bye.